Um, I'm about to finish this painting. I'm still doing the drawing part of it. Sunday I just felt like shit, and I got like an hour's worth of work done drawing on it. And then yesterday was Jessica's birthday, so we hung out all day. Went out to eat, went to the Chattanooga Zoo. But today I'm gonna finish this painting. That's my goal, and I feel good. And I want to paint, and it's nice and warm. Last 2 days it was cold out here. It was miserable. So I think I'm about to get this done. I'm about to mix up some paint. I got to make gold paint. I looked up online how to do it. Like I've said, one of my earlier reality shows. I've never done this before. But you start off with a little yellow paint. And you mix. Yellow paint smells like a dog turd. I don't know why. But you mix the yellow paint with brown. You gotta make your own. Well, I gotta make my own brown. And then whites and different things. But anyway, I'm starting off with yellow. So I got the gold going here. I'm listening to music on my phone. That's the only thing I can listen to music on, so that's why I haven't been videoing this. And I'm listening to Native American flute music. It really puts me in an artistic, meditative zone so I can focus. One of my biggest problems in art is impatience. I'm very impatient with it. I just want the shit done, especially when I'm trying to make money on it. But the music helps me to relax and really do my best and focus on the art. Anyway, I'm about to do this little gold chain over here. I'm trying to make a brighter hue of gold, but to mix that, I think some of the gold should look a little different. It might look a little bland if there's just a bunch of the same old hue of gold all over the place, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to head to the store and get some water. My girlfriend just dropped me off here. I didn't stay here last night, but I'm back here so I can paint. I'm going to try to get that done today. Today feels like an important day. It's the memorial. I was given that invitation by those witnesses to the memorial. It's at a place in Duluth called the Monarch Ballroom. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go go there and make some point or whatever. Like I used to go and partake of the emblems, the wine and the bread, to make a statement. But I don't know if I'm supposed to do that this week. I have a lot going on in my head. Trying to get these, as you well know, this gold painting done with the gold bars, and that has the opposing sun art hidden in it. And that's a big deal to me because a lot of people see this stuff at this pawn shop, like tons and tons of people every day. So I want to do my best on this for the opposing suns and for just my art in general to get it noticed. So I'll take extra time on this, even for less pay, because he doesn't expect me to be taking extra time, but I will to get it, to make it look really good. But I don't know. It feels like I'm moving into a new phase of my life. I focused on the Jehovah's Witnesses for a long time, trying to expose their UN affair and trying to get people to notice their disfellowshipping. Not just that, I was less interested in exposing them to the world and trying to get legislation against them. I wasn't really that interested in that, and I mean, I'm not opposing that. People doing that is probably a good thing, but I'm more of an anarchist, so I'm not really interested in making something illegal. I was more interested in getting people to go and talk to their relatives and their old friends just because no man can tell you what to do, especially when, there's a lot of scriptures in the Bible that are against shunning. So there was no point in going and, to me, pleading governments to stop their human rights violations. For me, it was just like, you go, you talk to your people, you talk to the people you love, and you make them out to look ridiculous, because it's a ridiculous thing to tell people to shun their loved ones, especially their loved ones. And if you went and you talked to them and were like, hey mom, hey dad, gave them a hug and talked to them and whatever, and the next thing you know, they're calling the law on you for talking to your parents, that makes them look kooky. That makes them look like quacks. And if enough people had done that, it would have devastated that religion. People seem to be talking about doing that now, but maybe one day that'll happen. However, I'm shifting my attention to America. Personally, I've never read the Constitution. I've read parts of it, simply because I've always not liked America and what they were doing to the environment, especially ever since I was young. From my vantage point, the American way was deforestation and using natural resources until they're used up, and causing greenhouse gases to accumulate in the sky and eat up the ozone layer. So I wasn't interested in the Constitution. I learned it in school. I knew that you had freedom of speech and freedom of that, but I didn't really see much freedom. It was like, oh yeah, they talk a lot about freedom, but I don't really see it. But at this point in the game, I want to know my shit, so that I can talk to people who do believe in America and the Constitution and this, that, and the other. Maybe the Constitution isn't so bad of a thing. It's just that nobody could live up to it. So I'm moving from the Jehovah's Witnesses onto the American scene, not the world scene. That's another step for later. But the Jehovah's Witnesses believe that one day God's kingdom would take over the rule of the earth, including America, and that we would all live forever, and there'd be no more war and sickness. And the answer to the Jehovah's Witnesses for me is to work on that goal, because that's a good goal. The end of sickness, the end of death, the end of war. The rule of Jesus Christ and God. Although I don't necessarily believe in those concepts, I do believe in a Christ consciousness. I believe all religion could be merged, and that could still be seen as Christ's rule. Buddha and Christ are very similar to me. It's like it's very similar consciousness. So if we could see a world where there was no law and the Christ consciousness reigned in all of us, we were all kings, we were all God, we were all the government, there'd be no need for government. Our law would be the law of love, the law of oneness, the law of intelligence, wisdom, mathematics. But that's a government that can only come when everyone reaches that state of awareness. Until then, it's almost like people need law. But maybe there's a pocket of people who are ready to transcend law now. We could make our own society, living apart from the normal societies, if you want to call this normal. Here's what I got done today. I only painted probably about 2 or 3 hours, but now it's time to go to the memorial. I had some spiritual experiences earlier through meditation, and actually heard flute music playing out here. Really bizarre. I heard it with my cousin Chuck one time at a Native American area, but I was painting this right before it happened. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going to the memorial. I'm going to go because those ladies gave me that invitation. It doesn't seem by chance. I'm just going to go and see what happens. Try to follow the leadings of the great consciousness.